Okay, so this is what if that you had a illusion quirk. I came up with this a few minutes ago, like honestly. So basically, let's start off at the quirk doctor, so I can just explain his quirk. Deku's quirk is going to be like this. Basically, anything that he touches, but like it has to be a small object, like a baseball, or like since he's 4 right now, he can only do like baseballs and bouncy balls. But like anything he touches, uh, after he says like a word like riddle me this, riddle me that, or something like that, basically, the ball or whatever he touches will glow, and the net like the basically somebody that touched it after he touched it, it will glow, and it'll give that person, it'll make that person see something, but it only lasts for a few seconds. So it's basically like he threw light at somebody, basically, and it blinded them for a few seconds. That's basically what his illusion quirk does. It just blinds you for a second, but it makes you see something. So, but he can make it last longer than a few seconds. But he's weak right now, so it only lasts for a few seconds. And his favorite moves are only going to make it last a few seconds. And no, I forgot what the basketball anime is called, but it's just one basketball anime where one of the main characters' abilities are where he can like disappear, but he doesn't actually disappear. He's gonna be able to do that since his quirk is basically useless. He's gonna be able to know know how to basically seem like he disappears, and that's why most of his favorite moves are going to make people blind just for a second. I might give him one for all, I might not. I'm thinking about it. And I am super tired. I just woke up. But, yeah. Like, I woke up because I had this idea while I was asleep, basically. And so I woke up and started recording. So, like, I'm super tired. Anyway, what was I? Deku's work, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Deku starts after that he goes back to school, and Bakio tries saying my quirk's better than yours, but all Bakio does is blink, and Deku's behind him saying, oh well, sure, Kachan, you can believe that, and he just walks out the door without, when Bakio's like, wait, when did you get over there? And Deku just says, oh, I've been right there for a good minute. I don't know why you went to my desk. I was already behind you. And Bakio's like, what? No, you wasn't. I just seen you right there. And um, so Bakio is thinking that Deku has like a disappearing quirk or a teleporting quirk, because Deku never told Bakio what his quirk is, because they were never really friends like in the actual anime. Deku most likely just hanged out with them just for a little bit, like, and he's going to use Bakio as a distraction, basically, and Tokoroki as a distraction to, like, make people's eye get drawn to them so he can disappear easier. And that's how that's going to work. But, anyway, I should have some coffee before I made this, whatever. Where was I? Okay, so we're gonna skip to the beginning of the anime since nothing interesting is gonna happen since he's really 4. Let me explain his weakness. Basically, his weakness is that he has a speech impediment, so he really can't talk that well. Basically, the reason I'm giving him this is so every time he tries to say riddle me this, riddle me that, he might stutter or miss the word. So then he was gonna have to restart. So it gives his opponent more of a chance to fight back and gives him a weakness. So that's gonna be Deku's weakness. It's not like a weakness because he can easily fight it and get over it, but that's gonna be his thing that he has to deal with before he can use his quirk. Okay, so beginning of the anime, he runs up and he, instead of pulling out his notebook, he just stares because I'm going to give him a photographic memory. So he just sits there and stares, and when the fight's over, he like runs off to school, and when he gets to school, he pulls out his notebook, and Bakio says, "Oh, so you've seen the villain fight?" And Deku just looks at him and says, like, he stutters for a little bit. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, like he's like, yeah, I got a first row view." And Bakio kind of chuckles a little bit, and he says, like, he says something to Bakio stop stuttering, you dumb nerd. And Bakio's like, I mean, Deku's like, he's like, I can't help it. And Bakio's like, that's not my issue, stop stuttering. And Deku just stops talking and goes to draw back into his notebook. Deku's grades are basically straight A's, while Bakio's are A's and B's, but the teacher really doesn't say nothing about Bakio picking on Deku, because the teacher really doesn't know if Deku's quirkless or anything, because on his quirk, like, because when you sign up for school, you have to, like, pick what your quirk is, and Inko really never put down what Deku's quirk is. She just left it empty because she forgot to do it. So the teacher doesn't know if Deku's quirkless or not. Because for quirkless, you put in Q for quirkless, and then or like no quirk, you put in Q. But Inko didn't do that because she just forgot to like put Deku's quirk name. Out. No, I'm gonna call Deku's quirk. I might call it like Step of Illusion or like Illusion. I don't know yet. Or speak illusion, something to do with speaking in illusions, since he has to speak for his illusions to even happen. The reason that he has illusions is because Inko's quirk is going to be illusions, and Deku's dad's quirk is going to be like, he can change different like how his voice sounds, and that's why he has to talk before he can use his quirk. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, yeah. Sorry for the attack. Deku, he easily does it. Not easily, because he stutters a lot. So, basically when he gets scared or nervous, he stutters 10 times more. So, he's basically just sitting there stuttering, trying to say, riddle me this, riddle me that, while holding, like bouncy balls in his hand. He has like 4 bouncy balls in his hand, and he's trying to say riddle me this, riddle me that, so he can throw them. But he's just sitting there stuttering, and like this, by the time that the sludge villain finally gets to him, he says it, so he throws them. And the person doesn't have to touch them; it has to touch them, or it just has to like, yeah, it has to touch the person. The person doesn't have to touch it, but the ball or whatever that you wants the base of the illusion, it has to touch the person. So basically what happens is the bouncy balls just start hitting off the wall, like all over the place. And this villain is expecting something to happen, like they start going super fast or something, but no, they're going at regular pace, and the sludge villain can see them. But as soon as the sludge villain looks away, because he looked away from Deku so he can look at the balls. So basically, as soon as the sludge villain looked away, Deku was behind the sludge villain. And as soon as the sludge villain realized Deku was behind him, all the balls just hit the sludge villain at at the basically that time, giving him, let's say, 4 illusions at the same time. One illusion was him just sitting in this ball, because he can make them see the future, the past, or anything in his illusions. Because Deku doesn't know what he's doing when he makes his illusions. He just says, riddle me this, riddle me that, and a random thing will happen to make somebody see it. So basically, if Deku figures out that his illusions make people see the future, he can start touching himself and making him see like only 5 seconds, 10 seconds into the future. So basically that happens. Then the next one is the sludge villain in like this cold like forest, and then and the next one's Sludgevillain in the river, like this river, and he's just falling down stream after stream. And the last one, he's just like he's frozen, he can't move, but like all these daggers and stuff is getting pierced into him. And it's making him feel pain, but he shouldn't be able to feel pain because he's sludge. And then by the time that happens, like after all four illusions, he just like melts down because he's so scared. He just melts down into this puddle, and Deku starts scooping him up, leaves the bottle, sticky note, and starts walking. All Might jumps out by the time Deku's like all the way down the street, and he sees Deku, but Deku already like went around the corner, so he starts looking around for the sludge villain. He sees the sludge villain, and like he sees the bottle with a note, so he grabs it, reads the note. It says, "Sorry, I had to use my quirk, but here's the villain that tried attacking me." And All Might like smiles, like gives off a big smile, and just jumps away. Ugh. Anyway, 10 months of training, Deku, he practices on his speech, like trying to get over his speech impediment, and he practices on like upgrading how like the size of the ball basically, because this like the bigger thing that he throws, the longer the illusion will last and the stronger the illusion will be basically. But if he uses his own hand, because he hasn't thought about this, because the doctor said that he has to touch something, but he hasn't tried using his own hand. So basically, if he uses his own hand and touches you, the illusion will only last like a minute, maybe 10 seconds, and it'll be like you're actually there, but he doesn't know this because he hasn't tried it yet. Because the doctor will be the doctor that was working for Winfrey, and he was trying to weaken the like the uses of his quirk, because he knows if he figures out that he can touch them, he basically can fight somebody in under a minute, because he can touch you, then use quick canceling hand gloves, and you're done. But that's why Deku doesn't know about his one hand. Like if he touches you, he can also still use his quirk. And that's it for that. Deku just practices on using his quirk, and I'm going to leave it off at the entrance exam. Let's say that Deku passes the written exam with flying colors, and he is getting ready to run into the building. Shadow Master signing out.